Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Monday the 26th of June. I've got a nice cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And the next thing I'm going to pull out is, see if I can find it. Here we go. Oh, and that as well. Don't want to lose that. Is Lucky for None. A comedy horror game for solo journaling and group play. This is published by Beyond Cataclysm Games. So Lucky for None is a Beyond Cataclysm release. We make beautiful things, work with awesome people, support causes. So a bit of a blurb for the publisher rather than the game itself. But this is important because it makes use of a proprietary die, which is the 13th sided die. Who knew there were such things as 13th sided dice? I didn't, and now I have one, which will sort of presumably sit between my 12 sided die and my 14 sided die from my Dungeon Crawl Classics collection of dice. But it does mean, he said basically, it does mean that, one face is blank, so you can't really do it justice. But technically, you could argue that this is a 14-sided die with a blank face. So, Lucky for None is a comedy horror game for solo journaling or group play. So, automatically you have a little bit of versatility there. You can play it as a standard role-playing game, or you can experience it on your own, noting down the results, telling a story about what happens, which you can reflect upon in your journal. It uses an unusual 13-sided die known as a D13. They roll in a weird, spooky way. The tables inside can be used on their own as story prompts and event generators for horrible things happening in any role-playing system of your choice. So, here we go. And it is set in Grimhaven, a small unremarkable village in the northwestern coast of Monshire, of Wales. It is glory days are long behind it. It's essentially recently amid the splattering of hovels, rundown taverns and the sole decrepit church, a new and dangerous village problem has reared its head. And you roll on this table to determine what the problem is, and then that sets everything up. Players create a character using this table, again rolling this 13-sided die. Now, the thing is, I go, okay, that's fine. There's likely only to be one of them at the table because they're quite rare. In fact, as I'm led to believe it, at the time that this was published, Beyond Cataclysm actually had hoovered up every 13-sided die it could to make sure it had enough to supply for the game. And then we have essentially taking actions. Before rolling the action table, a player can choose to add 2 to the roll, but uses their character's skill in some way. So you'll see you have list of characters and a skill associated. So doctor, healing, school teacher, teaching, police officer, securing, and so on. And you get a +2 bonus if that comes into play, and you're rolling on this table, which, you know, could be absolute failure, you fail horribly, this often results in death, or 11, 12, absolutely success, you succeed in the action perfectly, or 13, absolutely success, as above, but you must roll on the bad things table. So you don't actually want to roll 13. Even on the table of here, you don't want to roll 13. So yeah, okay. Then we have the bad things table, and so it gives you a vibe, who it affects, the severity, and so you roll 3 times, and narrate what happens. And then events happen every 13 minutes of real time. So you literally almost have a clock going and the location tide. You have a table for that. So which determines location, incident type, and severity. And then we have advice on playing the game, along with a map of the village. An example of play, that's going to be really kind of helpful, I think, because essentially so far it looks like you are just reacting to random rolls. So you've got that. You have a page of GM tips by C.M. Lowry, and it says it's lucky for none is fundamentally silly and destructive. As a role player, I naturally lean towards the drive it like you stole it style of play in the game, maybe the epitome of that sort of nonsense. But it says that essentially there's no correct way to run Lucky for None. Try to lean into the randomness, let NPCs, building society, easily pick up new characters on the whim and have fun. So, we have other contributors to the role-playing game. We have Table of Objects by Dave Emerson. Importantly, useful facts about the number 13 table of, most notably that triskaidekaphobia, and I'm pronouncing that wrong, is the phobia of number 13, and there's even a fear of phobia of 13 on Friday the 13th, which is one I didn't know about. We have an alternative village problem table. And it says, we know goblins is on there twice. Look, there's only a 0.6% chance you'll roll it both times, and if you do, double goblins sounds like a pretty solid village problem to us. Double goblins. So it's a really short role-playing game, but it's a bit supported elsewhere by a couple of other things. So first off, you have this double sheet that shows the village again. So with 13 locations, you have a character sheet in Disaster Chronicle. So you have that in front of the table. You have the characters named and essentially what they do. Very simple, minimalist style, and a list of all the events which are going to occur in the village and affect the villagers, visitors, the player characters, or everyone. And then each title available thing from Cataclysm Games comes with not a die, because this is the only one that does come with its own special die, with a bookmark. So we have a Lucky for None bookmark, and that adds an extra table. So 13 weird events. So you can add that in there, along with the previously added events too. So essentially, as it looks, this is a ridiculous kind of game. It is roll everything round. Or you can pick. Okay, you can pick and choose what you want from the table. You don't have to roll, but it's really, I think the point is to roll on the table, the table and tables, and develop stories around what is developed and explore how the characters cope with the growing madness and weirdness around them. And I think that's going to be interesting kind of to play. You're not going to play this for longer than a single session, I would have thought. It's, I'd say, utterly maddening, I think, to do that beyond that. But as a case, essentially, as a one-shot game, I think that's fine. Lucky for None, published by Beyond Cataclysm Games. Hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game, in this case a journaling or standard role-playing game published by Beyond Cataclysm, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back again soon with another unboxing of the Nook. Bye for now.